Good afternoon again. It's a Thursday afternoon. It's always a blessing to be here and to meet and to talk and to exchange, but also to learn from, from my learned colleagues. Um, uh, I'm happy and grateful, for this to happen every Thursday we meet here. Well, I just want to acknowledge the fact that um, you guys are special, to take the time to be here, an hour, every Thursday to spend with us here, so grateful. Yes, but and I hope and pray that whatever it is that you get from here, consistently, is making some positive moves, and the feelings as well, that self-confidence, that knowledge, to be out there to do what you do, on a daily basis. I love doing this. This subject is, as you guys know, um, if you take me out of this space, I don't know whether, I'll be able to survive, but you get me in here, sorry, yes. I know this stuff, and I enjoy doing it, and I'm telling you, I am going to be doing this for the rest of my life. So I hope, I can pass some of that over to you guys, because it's so important, really, if we choose to do this, if this is what we want to do, yes, let's do it, and do it, in a certain way. Yes, if we're working for any organization, that you know that we are there professionally, yes, and we are emotionally involved in doing whatever it is that we're doing. For those who are running their own businesses, take it on board. Yes, lots of guys now come into practice now, which is good, encouraging. Yes, and want to do things in a different way. Yes, to be there to serve. For me, it's that bit of serving. How do we serve, people? Yes, um, and that for me over these years, I'm telling you, I've learned and I continue to learn how to serve. Yes, because accountants, we don't know how to serve. I'm telling you, we don't know. You know, um, you know, every day, I hear my colleagues, coming up with, the way they present themselves, the way they talk to people, the way they, that expectation, that gap. Yes. And I'm listening and I'm saying, oh my goodness, I used to be like this. Yes. Oh God, I used to be like that. But by the grace of God, every day, I'm getting better, and I hope this is passing on and catching on, with you guys to get you the better version of yourselves, as we do this. Every Thursday we meet here to talk about, the Moracle Accountancy Formula. This is what we do at Moracle. Yes, how we serve our clients. And this is becoming now, a permanent feature. Yes, every Thursday. Yes, we come and talk about it. But every day, yes, it's what we do. Yes, every day. So for me, it's just one of those things that yes, we have to understand this. And I believe in this repetition, 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 repetition. Because if this is what we're going to be doing every day and we love doing it and we believe in it, then repetition is not going to be a problem because you're going to just do it over and over, and second nature, it becomes second nature. Yes. And it's just those guys who are very, very close with me, who work with me directly, they know that, so you got to know this stuff. Yes, you got to know it. So what is the Moracle Accountancy Formula? Yes. Um, those 6 stages, I want to, to quickly go through it. But this month, we are going to be focusing on the management accounting and then the value added. So stage number 2. This is the month of August. So every week in August, we're going to focus a little bit more on this particular area. Stage number 2, management accounts and value added. But every Thursday, we still touch on the other areas as well. Yeah, so that, we don't leave them out because we need them, all of these stages, they all work together. Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to make a big appeal before I jump in here. Yes, guys, please, please, please. I need you guys, yes, to take a minute out. Yes, this is not, what you call it now, a silent minute, for somebody who's dead or whatever it is. But this is, I'm asking you guys, to stop for a minute, take out your phone. Yes, please. Yes, just record whatever it is that comes to your mind. How did you meet Morlai? Yes, just for 1 minute. How did you meet Morlai? Because you know what? That is going to take us, a long, long way because we want to use that within the Moracle Foundation, to do some work with the ACCA, and other, institutions wanting, to work with us. Yes, we want to make sure that we let them know, what is it that we're doing here. Particularly when I speak to them, I say, this is what we do. They say, wow, yes, Mola, how do you do all of this? Well, I keep telling them about all different stories, names I mentioned. So it'll be really nice. Just take 1 minute, please, guys. I know we all have an iPhone or whatever it is. Just record whatever comes to your mind. Seriously, guys, whatever it is that comes to your mind. How did you meet Mola? Are you with me? Yes, for 1 minute, and then send that over to me, please. Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah, in an email or to Linda. Yes. Now the time is 12:17, please. 1 minute. If you just take 1 minute, how did you meet Morlai? Yeah, just record it. Yes. To yourself. Maybe I should keep quiet now to allow you to do it. Just 1 minute. Okay. So, few more seconds to go. Almost there. Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, guys. Yeah, please, 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 just send that over, in an email to myself, or Linda. Yes, Linda will be so, so appreciative. Linda is doing a fantastic job. Yes, in the background, Linda and the team, the non-accounting side of the Moracle team, are trying to just put all of this together, to just for our marketing, but also for PR, other people out there who wants to know what we do here. Yes, and they will benefit from all of this. Yeah. So there is how they call it, they want to bring a series, this is the best team ever. Yes. What they're trying to create is they want to create a kind of a blog. How do you meet Mola? Yes. So they've heard a lot of stories, so they want to compile all of this, so please, guys, yeah, please send it. Yeah. And I can't wait, to see that. How do you meet Mola? Yeah, series. Wow. Well, thank you, yeah, for doing that, for taking the time out to do it. Yes, I'm grateful. Okay, let's come back again to the Moracle Accountancy Formula. This is what we do at Moracle. This is how we serve our clients. All our training, yeah, is based around this. Yes. Um, and when you look at this, so you break it down. So more and more as I'm looking at this, and you begin to see certain things come into play. So now if you ask my Linda and the team, yeah, and say, what is Moracle Accountancy Formula? What is it all about? Yes, they'll start telling you it's a combination of accounting, yes, stroke the auditing and some finance bit, yes, and then you got a bit of mindset mixed in, yes, and then now we're talking about, AI, artificial intelligence, yes, and begin to, to paint that picture, and when these guys paint this picture for me, and I look at it and say, wow, and it's true, actually, if you look at it. Yes, what we're doing here, what makes us special, what makes us different. Yes, the way we serve our clients. I mean, we've got clients with us, who have been with us for 13 years, 14 years. Yeah, it's a long time, in terms of relationship, in terms of association. Yeah, we've got, guys who've come through a training program. Like, for example, we're blessed to have Piyush today, and those days, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. It's like we're all on fire. Yes. We've got even people before Piyush, whereby, I remember those times where, you have to look a certain way to come to Moracle. You have to have a badge. If you don't have a badge, you don't come in. Wow, there's so much transformation, there's so much changes, that's taking place. But when you look at all of this, it's not only the accounting side that we're focusing about. Yeah, we also focus more on the mindset as well to get people, yeah, thinking the right way. Yeah, just to serve people, just to understand that it's all about people. You with me? It's about people. And if you have this knowledge, this experience, this qualification, and you're not able to use it to serve people, then something is not right. Yeah. So you be, Moracle, sorry, you got to be able to understand, how to serve people. Yes. And now, it looks like, well, hold on, AI just come from somewhere, and then upon us. No, sorry, we have always been there. Yes. The way we started was, we said we're paperless office, you come to our offices, where are the files, No, sorry. The files are up there, in the cloud. Yes. You look for, how we do things, the connectivity. Yes. QuickBooks connecting, to other, accounting software. Yes, you got, say, for example, now we got a bank connecting to your accounting software, your sales ledger connecting to your accounting software, your purchase ledger connecting to your accounting software, your payroll connected to your accounting software. These are all driven by, yes, artificial intelligence. Yes. So this has been for us, we've been doing this, talking like this, doing things like this, meetings. But now everybody is talking about it because you know what? The awareness now is different. The level of awareness, yes, we can see it so clear in front of us now. So this accountancy formula that we have in Moracle, that we call the Moracle Accountancy Formula, is all of these things wrapped in. So the accounting, yes, the mindset, but also, yes, the AI wrapped around there. And this is what I want to leave with you guys. Just remember this. So wherever you find yourself now, yes, in the finance function, yeah, you got to make sure these things are there. And if they're there, I'm telling you, you understand, you are going to stand out. You are really going to stand out. Yes. People, yes, are going to notice you. My goodness, this guy is different. Yes, from other accountants who are traditional, just talking about numbers and figures, and that's it. Yeah. So this accountancy formula, that is what it's about. So I want you guys to paint that picture. Yes. But let's go through, the stages. We said we got 6 stages. The first stage, we don't call it, bookkeeping, as we know. Well, that word, we just say no, so we blacklist that word. Yeah, Moracle. We call it that stage, the management information system stage number 1, because this is where we capture data, we record data, we analyze data, we reconcile this data. Yes, all sorts of reconciliation, bank reconciliation, sales, ledger reconciliation, purchase ledger reconciliation, payroll reconciliation, all sorts of different reconciliation. Yes, we do. Yeah, at that stage. Yeah, think about it. Yeah, it's a massive stage, the 4th stage. Yeah, you got a payroll, where staff are involved. Then what do? Yeah, you got a payroll system. That payroll system, you want that payroll system to be integrated with the accounting software. And I like this journal, and the explanation of that journal, that payroll journal, because that takes me back when I was doing my initial training. Yes, I remember that. That story. I tell that story all the time. Yes, but I learned that journal inside out. I'm telling you, around 1998. Yes, 1998, 1999, because I was put to a challenge, with a client, and I have to go home, and I lay out, and I'm telling you, I understood that journal. Yes, when you run the payroll. Yes, and the payroll is connected to the accounting software. There's a journal, yeah, that get posted automatically. Well, that's all AI driven. Yes, you don't want to do it twice. So you want that payroll to connect to your accounting software. So when you run the payroll and press that button, finish, file with HMRC, that journal, yeah, gets posted into the accounting software. Okay, that journal, guys, you have to understand that journal, master that journal, because a lot of people are having trouble with that journal, the understanding of that journal. Yeah, because when you understand it, yeah, and you allow that to work, I'm telling you, it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Yes. But that's what we're talking about here. You got to be able to understand that. Yes, when you're running payroll, yeah, and the connectivity. If that business is got VAT, yeah, what do you need to do? I've just filed a VAT just now for a client, and he's telling me about, some adjustment that he's done, so he's done the VAT last quarter, yes, and then it's gone, we filed this VAT, and then it's gone back, and done some adjustment to some of those figures. And the first thing it says is, well, they're not material. I said, well, using my language now. I like that. Yeah, so he's trying to calm me down. He says, "Oh, I made those changes, but these figures are not material." And I said, "Understand that? You understand? But do you know what he has done? To the control account? Yes, because you have done this VAT and filed it. You understand, and reconcile. You understand, and so your trial balance is reconciled. Last quarter, and now you've gone and they make some changes. Yeah, to these figures that you've closed down. Do you understand, what that would have done to your control account? I said, so I was thinking that way. Okay. Well, for him, he said, no, the figures are not material. Yeah, in the context of what he was doing. And I said, understand that. But I just want you to understand that, the control accounts as well, yes, would have been affected. And do you know the implication there, the impact? So we have a conversation, and I'll tell you, this morning, it was really interesting. Yes, and he went back and did it, and he came back and I said, oh, Mola, I've never done this before. I didn't realize this is what's the effect. Yes. So these things you need to be able to understand that. Yeah, it's a discipline that you want to have, not just run the payroll or run the VAT. If it's gifted, you got down there. Most charities who are in a situation of receiving donations, yes, we are there just recording that, and then we're not able to claim the gifted, from revenue. I have people who are talking to me and say, oh, this organization cannot afford me. Yes, because I'm too expensive, this is my charge out rate. But what we're failing to realize that, every business can afford us. Yeah, and the way they can afford us is if we go and help them to find money and bring money in, then they can afford us. But if we sit down there and say, well, hold on, I'm coming down here and give you my service, and this is how much I'm going to charge you, and then it doesn't matter where you find the money from, well, they're not going to afford us. Yes. So you find that sometime when we go out there, we're looking for these things. Yes. An organization, are they actually claiming all the money that they need to claim? Well, you are part of the finance function. You are a trusted advisor. So again, yeah, it's a discipline, it's a mindset, it's a way of thinking, not just numbers. You're going to do more than those numbers. A budget. Yes, you were there, in the finance function, or you actually recording transaction. You don't know, whether the organization is going to budget, yeah, or not. That's not good enough. We're saying that organization need to have a budget. Every organization that is looking to grow and have a growth mindset, they start with a budget, because this is where we are. This is where we're going. You want to know, yes. And in fact, I'm saying, don't just treat that budget to say, well, that budget is just there. That budget should be in the accounting system. It's going to be in there. Well, I have stories, clients are saying to me, well, the accounting software, is not designed, to hold a budget. Oh my goodness. Yes. This is where all sorts of excuses people come up with this and trying to justify why the budget sits outside of the system, yeah, the accounting system, and is not in the accounting system. And I'm saying, you know what? I understand what you're trying to say, but really, yes, and truly, this budget should be in your accounting system. Because when you have that in there, you're now going to be able to now look at the actual and compare that with the budget, as you are even posting. Yes, you don't wait until you post it, and then later on you want to pull this variance and start talking about these nice things about the variance. It is at that point in time, even before the authorization process, you say, well, hold on. Yes, we've got a budget here. You go there and pull that budget and see the budget. But it means that you need to understand the budget. You need to know a little bit more. Yes, not just posting it, even if you were not involved in actually preparing this budget, but you need to familiarize yourself with this budget. Are you with me, guys? Yeah. So when you think about all of these things, well, this is beyond bookkeeping. Yes. So when people come and say, well, oh, I'm doing bookkeeping, no, sorry, that's not bookkeeping. Yes. This is beyond bookkeeping. Yes. You need to have the financial procedure manual. You will hear me talking to my guys all the time. Yes. This is how things are done within the finance function. There has to be that manual. Yes. That manual needs to be updated regularly. Yes. You go into any finance function, if manual is not there, or if it's there and it's not being updated, you need to pick that up. Yes. And we have a template. Come and talk to me. We'll give you a template. We'll work with you. But every finance function need to have that. Yes. Because what he says here is this is how we do things here. Yes. So everything. This morning I was having a conversation with my colleague and say, the organization's got a financial control manual, but they don't have a financial procedure manual. And what's the difference? Oh, we'll have a lovely conversation this morning, because the control is not a control. It will say things like you have to have 2 people to sign checks. Yes. Okay. In the financial control manual. But in the financial procedure manual, you're going to have the names of these people, yes, who are authorized to sign checks and the limit, that these people have, yes, so that, anybody looking at this, say, okay, I can see, the people who are authorized to do this. But the controls is saying 2 people need to sign, yeah, for example. So these are all the kind of differences, but, all this stuff that we're talking about, yeah, it will be beyond, bookkeepers, because bookkeepers are just trained to just, record data, understand, and then maybe reconcile it to some extent. Yeah. But when you talk about, the finance function, yes, the first stage in the finance function is this. And if you're there, yes, and you're involved in the finance function, I'm saying, guys, are you aware of all of these things? Do you have all of these things in place? Now, we jump to the AI side of things, which I love. I hate, if you guys work with me, I'm telling you, I hate doing things, yes, like this, over and over and over again, And I'll say, well, hold on, why is it taking so long? Your guys didn't know me, why is it taking so long? And people will come back and say, this is more like, always put me under pressure, but why is it taking so long? I like to know, why is it taking so long? Yes. If it's the first time, I understand, okay? But once you've done it the first time, seriously, yes, the second time, you should reduce the time that it takes to do that stuff. Why? Because you're looking for easy way, efficient way of doing things. Yeah. So now tell me, would you want to, receive a bag full of, paperwork, from a client? Yes. Where sometimes they've not even opened those envelopes. They want you to come and open it, compared to you spend the time to train that client and say, every invoice that you get, I want you to open that invoice, and I want you to scan that invoice, and I want you to save it somewhere where I will be able to now get access to. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you see what you're doing? Yeah. So you went and trained this new client and get them to do this. Yes. Even better, now, what do? We say, well, okay, if you get an invoice coming from a supplier, we want the supplier to be sending that invoice, through an email. Yeah. And tell the supplier that. And I'm telling you, if you did, you know what's going to happen? The supplier is going to do it. Because if you tell them that if you send your invoice, through an email system or through a digital way, then you're going to get paid quickly. Oh my goodness. You're going to see how they're going to do it for you. Because what you're doing there is you're now taking the paper, that time to receive, an invoice in the post, to open that invoice, to now, scan the paperwork. Somebody is going to do it, and it takes time, and time is money, and it costs. So the bottom line of that business is being affected. Think about it. Yeah. So you are now trying to bring in AI, machine intelligence, to make things efficient. Yes. So it is so important, guys. Yes, that's how you begin to save time. But to be doing it the same way, paper, paper and paper and paper, it takes you time. I even have people arguing me and saying, they're justifying why they want to continue using paper. It says, I'm faster than the computer. I can type faster than the computer. Wow. I understand that. Yes, but I'm telling you, I know the computer, yes, can do things that you can't do. Because all we're going to do is just to program that computer and say, hey, I want this to be done, in some section. Yeah, they will do it. But they're not going to replace us, though. Remember that. Yes, they are not. They're never going to replace us. So AI is good, fantastic. It makes life much easier. But hey, yes, there are things that we can do that the machine cannot do. Yes. We got emotions. So emotional intelligence. You understand? We have abundance of that, Sorry, I can go and make a cup of tea for my colleague, when I see he's not in a good state. You understand? I can go and have a conversation. I can say, well, you know what? Let's go for a lunch out today, and talk about this, just to, respect them, just to ginger them up a little bit. Yeah, to make them do things, like now, every day I get some, some snippets of messages coming through, where my non-accounting staff, they are so good now, I'm telling you, to connect with people. Card messages are coming through, get people's birthdays, get people, if somebody's not well, they send, a nice card, and all of those little things, yes, they make a lot of difference, I'm telling you guys. And this is what, emotional intelligence is all about. Yes, machine intelligence, can take us a long, long way, but I'm telling you, it cannot replace us. Yeah. So remember that. So the CRM system, the DMS, all of this integration, when you get your, like, for example, this example I gave just now, whereby, clients sending information to us, they send it by email. I know they've moved from paper to email, but just think about it. A client is sending you emails, every time they find an invoice, they send you an email. I found invoice this, they send you this email like that. Think about it. It's a lot, to track those emails. Yes. It takes time for them to go and upload those emails. It takes time for you to pick up that email, to download it and save it. Why don't you train them to save that email somewhere in the cloud, and then they can share that space, and they share that information with you. So you can go in there and pull out the information that you want. Think about it, guys. Yeah. Because if you did that, that data management system that you've helped that client to create and integrate that, with your accounting system is going to make life much easier. So this stage, I'm telling you, stage number one, if you master this, if we're on top of this, yeah, wherever you go, I'm telling you, you are going to be, difficult to replace, really difficult to replace, and you will stand out. So that's the first stage there. You come through us, that's what we're talking about all the time, every day. Yes. Move on to stage number two. Think about it. All that good work that we've done in stage number one, yes, all the work that we put down there, the information, the output that comes out from there, however good it is still historical. It's still old, You say, well, why are we doing all ourselves? Why are we doing all of these things, But we have to do it. Even though it's historical output that comes out from it, what I mean by historical, by the time you finish your month-end process, for a particular month, you're now into the next month. Yeah, so when you pull your trial balance from stage one, yeah, for the month of, for example, now we are in August now. Yeah, a lot of us now, the finance function now will be trying to close down, July. Yes. So all that work that we've done is all historical because now we are in August and we're still talking about July. Think about it. Yes. So when you take that information, that historical information, and you move it to stage number two, where you're going to prepare management accounts, yes, you start from that historical base. Yeah. So your trial balance, all what you've done there, all this reconciliation that you've done, they're all in the past. But you need that information to move to your management account stage. And then when you get there to your management account phase, you say you got the historical, you now need to now look forward, yeah, to see what the forecasting is going to look like, go outside of the organization, go outside of the period, go outside to see what is happening in the industry, yeah, with all the other information that you want, non-financial, you're going to bring all of that and add to your historical information. Yes. And when you do that, and this is why we call this stage, management accounts and added value, because now you add in value to the historical information that has come out from the management information system. Sometimes you see people pull out, management account and say, straight from QuickBooks or Sage or whatever the accounting system and say, here's my management account. I understand that. That's management account, in some ways. But that's not what creates or add value. Yeah, you now need to look at your historical data. So you're now looking at your financial, what happened actual in July, compare that to your budget, yeah, and then say, look forward. What is going to happen, yes, in the next 6 months, in the next 3 months, to the end of the year, yeah? All this information that is happening out there, yes, the Treasury announcement, the Bank of England, with all the inflation, or the industry, what is happening there? Bring all of that. And the thing I love now, is all this AI, so Google Analytics. So now we're connecting, the website of every business that we now deal with now, the analytical information that we get from Google, we're now bringing that into our management account. Yeah, because now, yeah, everybody now is now online. Yes, checking out what this organization is doing through their website. So all that information exists. Yes, that is information that we need to bring in. Yes, and to talk and provide to those who are charged with that strategic decision making. Oh, last month, yeah, we saw quite a lot of high response, in terms of people visiting our website, and they were coming from this particular region, but also they were focusing on this particular area of the business. So now you can use that information, to provide some forecasting. You understand? Well, if you are expecting a lot of people have visited this particular area of your business, then you might be saying, well, I believe that, there must be, a reason why they're doing that. Yes. And if that reason is true, then probably we should need to stock up some items, because demand, yes, is coming from this information. So do we have enough supply there, in our store? So this is how you begin to now forecast, what is going to happen in the future through Google Analytics. Well, before all of this, all this AI stuff, these things were very difficult. You have organizations that you have to pay for so much money to get this kind of information. But now it's everywhere. So there is no reason why we should not be doing this. Whether you're a small, medium, or large organization, I'm telling you, yeah, you have access to all this information. So the reason why you're not able to do it now is one, awareness. Yes, awareness. So, and the mindset as well. Yes. So I'm saying here, guys, yes, if you're an accounting professional and you are in the finance function and you are in the place where you provide the management account, yes, please, please, please. Now, there's no justification for not doing these things. Yeah. The people who are charged, with strategic decision making, they need this information. And I keep saying to my guys, more and more as I'm looking into this, I'm saying, guys, we accountants, we are, strategic partners, with, for example, organizations. Yes. The CEO, we cannot allow the CEO to come and begin to get interfering with, financial issues. The CEO needs to be focusing on strategic matters. Yeah. The CEO need to be out there, and then representing this business, what the business is about, the why of this business. We, the financial people, now need to be able to understand that and then ready to support them. If we are accountants, we are saying those businesses that employ us as accountants, as trusted partners or trusted, advisors, everything to do with financial, yes, we should take that on. Yes, you get people who are saying, oh, no, leave it with me, I'll do this, I'll file the accounts, with Companies House or HMRC, or file the account with Charity Commission. If they say they want to do that as a CEO of a company or business, and you are the accountant, yes, just think about it, what you're doing there. Yeah, you're allowing them to come from what they are good at doing, serving their own clients, serving their own customers, and now they're coming to serve us. If you an accountant, if we an accountant, I'm telling you guys, if you any client that you're serving, yes, you allow them to go and file their own account themselves. Yes, you allow them to do their own books themselves. You allow them to do whatever it is to do with management accounts or posting. I'm telling you guys, yes, we're not serving. And I'm saying, that is a sin. I'm telling you, it's a sin. Yes, in accounting, it's a sin that we are committing because we are taking these guys off from what they are good at doing. Yes, they should be out there promoting their business, serving their own clients, serving their own customers, making sure that their own customers are happy to come and do more business with them. And then we are serving them. Yes, we, the accountant, need to serve them. So we take all that financial responsibility, cash flow, budgeting, operational stuff to do with finance. It is our responsibility. But if we begin to do bits and pieces, and I hear this all the time, oh, well, they cannot afford me. Oh, the organization is too small. They cannot pay me. My charge I'll get is this. I understand that. But I'm telling you, yes, let it start from this point where we're saying this is our responsibility. Yes, we are trusted advisors. We know what we are supposed to do. Are you with me? Okay, the money's not in the bank, for example, but you know what? We're going to help you to find the money, to bring the money. And if we did that, yeah, but that means that, we'll get paid. I have no doubt we'll get paid if we help the organization to bring money in. Yes, it's not all about just cutting costs. Are you with me? Yes, it's good to find ways to cut costs, but we need to go and find what we call multiple sources of income for this organization, because we are financial people. We have that skill set. We have the knack, but now we need to think outside of the box. So this stage 1 and stage 2, it is critical for every business that is looking to grow, every business that got the growth mindset. So when we get stage 1 and stage 2, yes, under our belt, I'm telling you, any business that we're involved with is going to grow. Every business that we're in, they're going to perform well. But we have to be emotionally involved with this, guys. We've got to believe this, that this is the way, to do it. Yes, let's take full control, not partial control. Because they cannot afford us, because they don't have money in the bank account, because all this excuse that we make, I'm saying here, that is within reason, but honestly, we need to be looking at, ways, of working with these people, this organization. So I say to myself, when I sit down with an organization, I want to know why they're doing what they are doing. Why? They wake up every morning to come and do this. Yes. And if they can justify it to me, and I can see, a strong reason why they're doing what they're doing, yes, because they're serving other people, yes, they're making the world a better place, I want to be part of this. So I come in as an accountant and say, oh, my goodness, you want to make the world a better place? This world that I live in, sorry, yes, with my experience, with my qualification, with everything that I have, I am emotionally involved. I'm going to support you. Let's go and do it. And I'm telling you, if they do what they say they're going to do, and I do what I say I'm going to do, I'm telling you, the money issue is going to be a secondary issue. I'm telling you, I've seen this over and over and over. Yes. But when we go out there, we put the money first, and then we begin to now find all sorts of excuses. Money is good though, yes. We have some training section where we're talking about the psychology of money, our relationship with money. So again, I'll begin to invite you guys to come into some of those sessions, yes. But that's a separate issue. But here is our professionalism, our emotional involvement, our demonstrating that we want to serve, yes, and serve without reservation is what I'm talking about here. But if we go out there and want you to serve people and then we have a reservation, that's not service. It's a sin. I'm telling you. Yeah, so we have to go for, we have to repent of those sins and say, God, God, please, I ask, for forgiveness. I'm telling you. And I'm, if you listen to me, I'm telling you guys, this is serious, really serious. Yes. Because whatever we do, remember this, guys. Yeah, we have a massive, massive role, massive responsibility. And particularly for us who have gone through this qualification, we got the SCCA, we've studied so hard. Yes, we've got this qualification, and then people are now taking, you understand, and they believe in us. Yeah, and they trust in us. And we are now going now, we have reservations. Yes, in the way we serve. I'm telling you, those reservations, you say one finger you're pointing, see how many fingers are pointing back at you. Yeah, you are shooting yourself in the foot. I'm telling you. Because you know what? You need to be able to stretch, and think outside the box. So all this reservation is stopping you, to think outside the box. You say, oh, well, it's money. They cannot afford me. Yes. Oh, no, well, they don't have money in the bank account. So, you know what? I don't think they... So we are judging people by their balance sheet. And I think we know that, we are accountants. That's how we are trained. Yeah. If you got negative balance sheet, negative asset, then it's a concern for us. But where we are genuinely accountants, we should be working with these people to try and change that. This is what I'm saying. But not go down there and say, well, hold on. Oh, you got negative assets, so that, you just knock them down, and then disappear, fit to survive. You don't even know what this organization is about. That is a sin. Yes, it's not fair. I'm telling you guys. Yes, okay. But number one, number two, yes, stage number one, stage number two, are Moracle, these two stages, they are so central to the growth of every business. Yeah, because once you master these two, and these two is in place, then guess what happened? Stage 3, statutory accounts and scheduling. 4, taxation. 5, reporting. And then filing the accounts at the end of the year is going to be a doddle. Are you with me? Yes, you're going to make sure that so many things are in place. Yeah, sometimes when you're struggling to file accounts, it's because stage 1 and stage 2 is not under control. Yes, you're always running late. Yes, your bank reconciliation, you're able to reconcile things. You're always fighting to reconcile your debtors, your creditors. They're all in a mess. The chart of account is not in a good shape. things are all over the place. Yes, you get to a point where you got so many things posted to suspense or sundry. That's not a good system. Yes, I'm telling you guys, your control accounts, all those double entry. Yes, I see accounts, sitting down in the bank account, where they are not genuine bank account. You have journals being passed into a control account. Yes, or journals being passed into a bank account. Sorry, these are all, I call it, you're not disciplined. I'm telling you guys. Yes, but also the fundamental is missing. Yeah, so stage 1 and stage 2, when you are on top of these 2 stages, then you are able to produce accounts very, very, very early on. And those accounts are accurate. And those accounts are, well, when I say accurate, you know what? Yes, with inverted commas, because we know accounts are full of what? Judgment, estimate, and assumptions. The accounting policy, just read an accounting policy and see what the accounting policy says. Yeah, it's full of estimates and judgments, yes, and assumptions. If those things are not there, then the accounts are not complete. So you will never have an account that is accurate. Yes, accurate to that point. Are you with me, guys? Because it's full of judgments and estimates and assumptions. But you need to make sure that you've done so much work, so much analysis, yes, sufficient, checks and balances, yes, and controls in place to make sure that when you arrive at those figures coming out from the system, they are, I can sign my name to this formula. This is done by me. I'm proud of these numbers. So you ask me, their debtors listing, what is your accruals listing or your prepayment? I've got them for you. Yes? I'm not just going to give you a figure and say, here is my debtors, and then that's it. No, sorry. My debtors, yes, then I want to make sure that all the invoices that they are supporting those debtors figures. And I want to tell you, well, hold on. After post-balance sheet, have we collected something? Yes, whatever have we collected, I want to tell you that. If not, I want to tell you the reason why. But if even we have not got the money in the bank account post-balance sheet, I want to tell you the action that we have taken. We have chased this money. We have sent reminder number 1, reminder number 2, and all of these things. This is what I'm talking about. If that is not done, yes, in stage 1, yes, then you stage number 2, you're going to have problems. And then when it comes to do stage number 3, doing the statutory account and the scheduling, oh my goodness. There's so much work. I've seen schedules, I'm telling you, it's just schedule upon schedule upon schedule upon schedule, in stage number 3. Why are you doing all this scheduling in stage number 3? Is because number 1 and number 2, has not been done. Yeah, it's not fit for purpose. Are you with me? People are posting things without any knowledge. Yes. Every guy who is posting or posting for me, the number 1 thing is you're going to have the background information. Tell me about these clients that you're working on. I need you to tell me, the background information. So we all know now we've got 6 things in the background information. Yes, okay. I've got some guys who just started for me. Yes, they are trainees. Oh God, I love that. I love those trainees. They're sharp, but I'm telling you, they're very quick doing stuff. Yeah. Well, that background information, I can see they're struggling a little bit. So I'm telling you, and I'm saying to them, give me the 6 headings. Yes. And now we have some quiz, number 3, in the background information, what is it? Number 6, in the background information, what is it? I'm telling you, and we're getting better. Yes, because that's what it is, guys. If we don't have the background information, yes, for a client that you are actually posting, guys, how are you going to post this thing correctly? How are you going to question things? We talk a lot about professional skepticism. How are you going to do that? Yes, if you don't know the background information, how are you going to do it? So you're going to post it everywhere. Yeah. Today, if I feel, when I wake up in the right side of the bed, I'm going to post transaction that way. Just imagine. Oh, today the weather is nice, so I'm in a good mood. So I'm going to post transactions that way. Tomorrow when the weather is not so good, then my mood is down. So then, I post it that way. That's not acceptable. Yeah. So you need to understand the background information. Number 1. mission, vision, values of that business. What do they stand for? Their why. That's number one. Number two, yes, who is who within the organization? Draw out a chart of account, a chart of organization chart. Just understand who is who within the organization. That's number two. Number three, the business activity. Where's the income coming from? Where's the expenditure going? The major expenditure of that business. That's number three. Yes. Number four, once you got the activities, now you're going to design a chart of account that fits in with that activity. Because if the income is coming from this source or different sources, you're going to have income codes, yes, in line with this activity. Yeah, cost of sales, overheads, or direct costs. And then you got your support costs, or you got your charitable costs. Yeah, all of these things you need to. So that's number four, your chart of account. And when you have your chart of account, then you need to make sure there are figures in there to represent the budget. Because when you do a budget, just do a budget for the sake of it, you're going to post it into the accounting system. So if you don't have a code or codes, where are you going to post it? So you're going to make sure your budget, yeah, is now relevant or in line with your chart of account. Yes? And once you got that, you got your financial procedure manual, and you say, this is how we do things here. Oh my goodness, you have those 6 basic things. Every client that you work on, you have that. I'm telling you guys, you are going to be the best person on earth. I'm telling you. Yes. But if you don't, whatever you do, I'm telling you, whatever you do you're gonna find it very, very difficult. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna find it very difficult. So these guys who are starting with me, those junior guys, particularly the guys who are, now we got guys now joining us from everywhere in the world now, we got our first staff, full time working from home, yes, and serving international clients from where? From Sierra Leone. Oh my goodness. That young man, I'm telling you, sharp as he is, but telling you, is reckoning with some things, I'm telling you, that are new for him. And he's saying, wow. But you know what? In 6 months' time, in a year's time, I'm telling you, he'll be flying, I'm telling you, with wings, I'm telling you, because he's going through, a firing furnace at the moment. Yes. He cuts out all those chaffs. Yes. But really, guys, I'm saying to you guys, focus on stage number 1. Yes, guys. Number 1 and number 2. Are you with me? Number 1 and number 2. And the good news is, all of these things, we got tools. Yeah, you just focus on the accounting, and the mindset, and the AI behind it. Are you with me? There are tools. Number 1, you got QuickBooks, Xero, Sage. Yes, you master those things. Number 2, you got Spotlight reporting that we're using. Yeah, there are tools out there, yes, that we use to help us to produce these fantastic reports that we're talking about. But you have to have the right mindset. You have to have and understand the accounting concept. Yes, you're going to read the accounting, the accounting standards. You're going to read, understand, the, what you call it now, these concepts. Are you with me? Those principles. Yes, the Charities Act, the Companies Act. Yes, when was the last time? When was the last time, you open up a Companies Act to find out, or just read some sections of it? When's the last time, the FRSCs, when's the last time you do that? Yeah. And if you are in this space, yeah, even when you're doing stage 1 and stage 2, yes, if you don't pick those things up, I'm telling you guys, question mark, it's a sin. Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop this far because we've gone past 1 o'clock. Yes. But this subject matter, yes, number 2, yes, like you see, clearly, yes, depend on number 1. If you get number 1, yes, under control, number 2 is going to be a doddle. Next week, I will bring, and then discuss Spotlight reporting, the tool that we use, yes, to pick out, a pool management account, yes, that add value. Because with that one, it covers things like the profit and loss account analysis, the balance sheet analysis, cash flow analysis, KPIs. Yes, think about it. If you don't know the business, how can you come up with the KPIs? Yeah, Google Analytics that we're talking about, non-financial analysis, all that information packed within a report. And we call that management account that adds value. And the software, the tool that we use to help us to do that is called Spotlight Reporting. So next week, yes, we'll see a little bit about that, and then and delve in a little bit more maybe the following week. But next week, we will touch on Spotlight Reporting. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. I hope this has been useful for each and every one of you. Yes, and just don't listen to my voice. Go back again, listen to this over and over and over, and take it to your organizations. Yeah, try and apply it. Yeah, if you are in the finance function, ask yourself, am I doing this bit? Am I doing these things? Yes. If you're a junior person there, you ask, well, hold on, are we doing this? If you're a senior person there, I'm saying to you, well, the responsibility lies with you. Yes. If you're not doing it, just remember, yeah, you're committing a sin, my friend. Yes. And we know how sin is, Sin is a sin, my friend. Yes. It's nothing that you are proud of. Yeah. Okay. But you can change that. Yeah. Let's take that attitude that we can change it, and let's go and change it. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, guys. And so happy, to talk to you guys and to see you guys here today. So grateful for your time. And let's catch up next week. Yeah. Next week, definitely. Yes, we'll be here and talking about Spotlight Reporting in a little bit more detail. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Okay.